Okay, so thank you so much for coming and then staying in the classroom after GMAT prep. So my name is Kaoru Ino. I am coming from Japan, Tokyo. I'm based there. I'm alumni from International MBA in 2008, which is already 15 years ago. I graduated from IE Business School. And I'm also director for the Northeastern Asian region from IE. You may not know that we have 28 offices around the world in order to recruit international students. Yeah. And then Tokyo office is one of them, and we are overseeing Japan, South Korea, and Mongolia. So 3 countries in total. But mostly, we are focused more on South Korea and Japan. So today I'm going to explain a little bit about our program, Business Degrees at IE. Since you guys are interested in only MBA, so I focus today only on MBA program. So I just skip Mastery Management part, okay? So everybody says diversity nowadays, right? You've been to the fair today and then all the schools, yeah, perhaps they said that diversity is our strength. But what is diversity, right? Is that nationality or is that gender? So actually, IE has 3 dimensions of diversity. One is demographic diversity, which is like nationality. You are from South Korea. You are female, you're male, something like that. That cannot be changed after the birth. Experiential diversity is something that you are influenced by your environment. Like, I don't know, occupation is one thing. I am the doctor, I am a dentist or lawyer or marketing person or something like that. Or religion, you are inherited from your parents, for the religion or something like that. Cognitive diversity is something unique for yourself. Imagine that there is a twins, yeah? Grown up in the same, family, under the same, social class, and they are having the same occupations, but each of them have different thinking, right? They have characters. They are not the same. So that is a cognitive diversity. And then at IE, we see diversity as these 3 levels. So we want to have students technically to fulfill all these 3 dimensions of diversity. Not only we see you are South Korean, that's it. No. South Korean, you are working in this company and you have this way of thinking, way of seeing the world. So that's super important at IE. Why? Because diversity is something that you can learn from. So at MBA program, at any business school, you'll be learning not only from the curriculum itself, but also from the students and the classmates, faculty members, or even from staff members. So you need to have a diverse environment in the classroom. So that is why we have 28 offices around the world, paying the money by the institution and hire people there locally, no? That way we can recruit a lot of different, students with different personality, different backgrounds, no? So International MBA, full-time MBA program has around 220 students for every single intake. We have 2 intakes, January intake and September intake. Each intake has 220 people more or less. Out of 220 people, we have 72 nationalities, or sometimes even 90 nationalities. 95% of those students are international. When we say international, it means non-Spaniards, okay? So it's quite difficult actually to find Spanish students inside our campus, okay? Because they are totally integrated into the international students' body. And average age is around 29 years old. Working experience is around 6 years, yeah? Usually, that said, people are around 5 years, working experiences to maybe 10 years, more or less. So, and 35% female students, which we need to work more on that, increasing to 50%. Interestingly enough, even though we are located in Madrid, which is a capital city of Spain, we are not completely Spanish. So look at the number, 75% of the faculty, when we say faculty professors, yeah, they are international. So not even, all of them are living in Madrid. Some of them are living in Switzerland. For example, my marketing professor was living in Switzerland, Geneva. And he comes to Madrid to teach us for like 2-3 weeks and concentrated. And he went back to Switzerland after that. Also, the faculty coming from UK, US, or even Japan or South Korea. So quite international. The case studies that we use in IE University is also international. So unfortunately, in the case that you want to learn something Spanish, we cannot offer that because we are pretty much international. So all the case studies and faculty members, everything is quite international. And this one is for MIM. And speaking about the ranking, we are ranked pretty good, right? Full-time MBA is ranked number 7 last year and this year in the world. Below that was Columbia Business School or MIT. Yeah, we are in between these two schools in the States. But somehow, we are not so well known in South Korea. So yeah, there are a lot of work that we have to do. But actually, there are quite good alumni community here in South Korea. I'm going to talk about that later on. And we also offer online MBA, which is pretty much popular in Japan. It's also #1 in the world for 7 years in a row. Nobody can beat us in the online MBA. And we are also well known for the entrepreneurial education, #4 in the world. Yeah. Also, Master in Management is good. Executive MBA is good. The reason why I am showing the different program ranking here is that the network that you are going to be participating after graduation. So in IE community, we have different people from different programs. So you will be seeing alumni from Executive MBA or Master in Management or Finance, etc. And those are your network, not only within MBA, right? It's very broad, which means that you can be in the great, awesome people, right? In South Korea after graduation, or maybe outside of South Korea. So it shows how our network is prestigious in a sense. And speaking about entrepreneurship, I'm not sure how many of you are interested in entrepreneurship. You? Not so many. Yeah, kind of. Okay, but we are a university which is non-religious one. Okay, we are not Buddhist. We are not Christian. So our education has to be based on something, as a core value. Entrepreneurship is, for us, it's like a DNA and a religion. We place entrepreneurship in the center of education. So no matter whether or not you want to be entrepreneur or you want to pursue a corporate career, you have to learn entrepreneurship, okay? But when you say entrepreneurship in Korea, I'm not sure. Maybe startup or launching a new business, that's it, right? But our meaning of entrepreneurship is more broad, like way of life for everyone, and innovation, creation, attitude, mindset, etc. So it's more like DNA and then core value for us. So it's related to actually to everyone. So here are the specific examples of how we teach entrepreneurship to the students. Yeah. So we have mandatory entrepreneurship courses for the students, even though you are sponsored by the company and you have to go back to your employer after graduation, you have to go to the entrepreneurship course. It's mandatory because that's super important. You may be required after graduation in the company to create a new business line or new product, right? In that case, you are required to have entrepreneurship mindset. Yeah. So that is why we include it in the mandatory course for MBA. And Startup Lab, if you want to do more experience in the startup world, you can do Startup Lab. or startup boot camp or something like that. These are the special programs designed for the people who actually want to start up their own business. So this is the optional one. So in the case that you are not interested in, you don't have to do that. Venture Lab Accelerator, if you did this startup lab, which is to create a new business model, you want to accelerate the business idea into the actual business plan. You have the accelerator. There's, of course, a selection process, so not everyone can be enrolled to this accelerator program, but it's quite good. 3-month program within MBA, your idea will be incubated and then accelerated into the practical business idea. And then you get advice from investors or mentors and outside of, from outside of the campus. Finally, Venture Day is something that you present your business plan in front of the investors. So actually, if you have a business idea before MBA, this is the opportunity that you actually realize that getting investment in Spain or in Europe. So these are the options, and then this one is mandatory for all the students, available for all the students. Apart from the curriculum that I said, the middle row is about the extracurricular activities. Entrepreneurship club is available. Mentor network, if you want to utilize the outside network of IE, you can do that. Area 31 is like a co-working space for entrepreneurs. So students cannot actually access to the Area 31. Only the people who did Venture Lab Accelerator can have an access to this co-working space and then have a networking and collaboration with the other entrepreneurs or mentors. And professional professors, I don't like this word, but I had to put like this, okay? So professional professors meaning that 90% of our professors have their own jobs outside of the campus, academia, okay? They are not full-time professors. Which means that, for example, my marketing professor was a CMO, Chief Marketing Officer from one consumer product company in Europe. And he was coming to Madrid to teach us in a class. He's really executive. So we could ask a lot of questions, practical questions to the professor because he has the knowledge from the real life, right? Something like that. For the entrepreneurship professors, yeah, many of them are investors or mentors or serial entrepreneurs. So they have the experience. So if you want to ask some practical questions or tough questions, you can ask that, yeah, because they are experienced. They went through the same challenges that you are questioning. So that is the benefit of being in IE as an entrepreneur. And other opportunities are like pitch slams. Every Thursday, there's a pitch slam. You get a beer from Heineken or something. Then, yeah, you can just get on board and pitch your idea and get feedbacks from classmates or somebody else in some other programs as well. Startup collaboration. If you want to help startup company as an MBA student, we offer an opportunity to find and match with a startup locally so that you can help them, yeah? So that's also collaboration. South Summit is the biggest conference, entrepreneurship conference in the South Europe, yeah? That is organized by IE University and other organization, and it happens in Madrid every June. So you can participate in this conference as well. So a lot of opportunities are provided outside of the curriculum. Yep. And the international MBA, coming back to the general program, it's quite flexible. We have 3 types of lengths from your choice. 11 months, 15 months, and 19 months. Okay? But there is only one single program. When you apply for IE, it's just the same international MBA. Once you enroll to IE, there is an opportunity that you review your preference and then decide on either you go to 11 months or 15 months later. Yeah? You don't have to decide now. But for sure, you have some idea, right? That's okay. 11 months is a little bit short. So it's more for the senior profile with more than 7-8 years of working experience, or corporate sponsored students who needs to go back to the company within 1 year. No? 15 months, we assume that most of the students want to have 15 months option. It's for career changers. Yeah, if you want to change career, change location from South Korea to other location. Yeah, that's for you. 19 months, finally, is actually recommended if you are thinking about doing 2 years MBA, because 19 months is dual degree. So you do MBA first, and then you combine that with another specialized master in 19 months. So after all, within less than 2 years, you get official diploma of MBA plus another diploma of master, which makes you really strong in the international job market. Especially, I'd like to say master in business analytics and big data. It's a big data master, specialized master, and the official diploma is quite popular, and it has really great results in international placement. So many of the big data program graduates from IE, they are placed outside of their country of origin. So if you want to change the country, highly recommended. You do a lot of programming from Python to everything, no? SQL, etc. But actually, it's good. You have MBA and big data analytics. By the way, this big data master is also ranked number 7 in the world. We love 7, no? Everything is like number 7, but it's true. Yeah, you Google and you search for this master and you will find it's number 7 in the world this year. So, yeah, anyhow. And another aspect of the international MBA is that we focus not only on their ranking or those things. We want our students to be a real leader, which means that we provide thinking skills, behavioral skills, and digital skills. Look at these options of courses. You can take as many as you want from these courses. For example, if you think that you are not so strong at public speaking, you can choose this class, okay? Plus, maybe, I don't know, data analytics or storytelling, data visualization, something like that, to fulfill the gap that you currently have. By doing these courses, I think that you can be strong not only on the hard skills like marketing, finance, organizational behavior, you will be strong in as a leader, no? Because these are the impact skills. This is for MIM. So this is how the students study at IE. So imagine that the classroom is like this for 50 people, more or less. Yeah, 50 people is like, I don't know, South Korea students, one class has maybe 40 people, students, more or less. I don't know. Yeah, a little bigger than that, but still 50 persons in one single class is like small compared to the other major business schools. That way, students have opportunities to speak up in front of the people. If you have 300 people in one single hall, it's quite difficult to contribute to the class discussion, no? Yeah, there are a bunch of smart people, smarter people, and you cannot, yeah, I mean, you need to have a courage to be able to speak up something in front of 300 people. But we divide the class into smaller classes, I mean, yeah, size like 50 people in one single class. So it's easier for you to participate. And the professors will remember you by name. And another thing that I have to mention is that students are so committed at IE. Many of the business school students tend to skip classes, actually, because of the internship or job hunting or whatever the reasons. But we don't allow that. Yeah? As an institution, we require students to be in the class every single morning at 9 a.m. sharp. 90% of the classes you have to participate. That's a part of the grading system. So if you miss more than 10%, then you will fail, right? So it's so scary. So students they are so committed. You show up to the class every single morning, and then they don't skip the classes. So it's good because students are having the same experience. Yeah, they can share the same experience. What was today's class points and what was the key takeaways from this class or whatever. You can discuss, right? Because you guys are in the same class and then share the same experience. Other than that, we have a lot of group works. We usually have 5 or 6 people as one single group. Yeah. So every day after 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., yeah, you have the group work every single day. So you will be working together with your group, mainly for the assignments. So usually we have 3 classes per day: marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, for example. So these 3 different classes you have, and then each course has different assignments, homework, no? So after classes, you get together in the group and then discuss who will be doing what, and then those kind of things. So you collaborate a lot with the classmates. So that's a way you study at IE. So other than that, we have a lot of conferences on campus because we are located in Madrid. It's the capital city of Spain. Yeah, it's not Barcelona. Yeah, Madrid is the capital. Being in capital city, as you guys are living in Seoul, right? More or less, yeah. It's super important because a lot of VIP people are flying in to capital city for some business or some political or whatever discussion meetings, etc. When they have that opportunity, they can stop by at our campus. Hey, I can come and speak for your students. So Sam Altman, he is the CEO of OpenAI, ChatGPT guy. He came to our campus in May to give panel discussion in front of the students. You just sign up from the website of the school to participate. It's free. Yeah, it's open for any students. And then we often have this kind of opportunities. We used to have a COO of SpaceX. Yeah, she came to Madrid and she came to our campus as well. Prime Minister of New Zealand, she came to our campus. Yeah, something like that. It's a great opportunity to be in the capital city. Okay. The other photos. This is the talent fair that we host twice a year, more or less. Yeah, companies are coming to our campus to hold these booths. Yeah, something like the fair that we did today. They came to our campus to recruit our students. So you have resume and business card, and you meet the HR reps. Yeah, that way you try to find international job opportunities. Most of the companies are non-Spaniards. Okay, usually global companies based in Europe. Yeah, usually like consulting firms or investment bankings or some other security firms or even international organizations. They come to IE campus. Yeah, so this is how you try to find international job opportunities. Yeah, and otherwise, we have venture competition. Since it's sunny in Madrid always, you don't have to be inside. So sometimes we do events outside, school festival. By the way, this guy is Korean. He is so successful entrepreneur after graduation. He was invited to be a keynote speaker at the graduation ceremony. And these are some of the examples of the companies that our alumni are working in Northeastern Asia. Okay. Yeah, some of the Korean company as well, but international companies as well, no? Yeah, this is just a part of it. If I put everything, then it's going to be, mess. So I just stopped here. So pretty much diverse. Some people ask me, what is the major industry that IE alumni work for? I don't have the answer because, as I said just earlier, we embrace diversity, which means that we are celebrating different goals, different challenges, different purposes, which means that the graduates are working for different industries, right? But I would say that usually we have McKinsey, BCG, these kind of consulting firms, also, yeah, banks as well. But yeah, also venture capital. People want to invest in ventures, so that is why they chose to come to IE. So that's also, you know, certain kind of tendency that our alumni had. Also, Amazon, Meta, Google, these tech companies, because the number of hiring, right now they are kind of frozen, but the number of hiring is, yeah, quite huge, so that is why we have a lot of alumni there. So the beauty of having a lot of alumni working for different industry is that you can access to those alumni when you want to find a job or take an interview for that company. And we can introduce you to the alumni. You can be connected to them, right? Asking for some tips for the interview or something like that. So yeah, it's great to be able to join the IE community like that. Okay, speaking about the admissions process. So we take rolling admissions process, which means that we don't have any rounds. We don't have any deadline, okay? I said September and January, these are the 2 intakes every year. Right now, we are open for January 2024, but you have to hurry up. Also, we are open for September next year as well. Yeah, you guys are on the right track if you are looking to apply for September 2024 intake, okay? So I said that there is no deadline. So for the coming September intake, you can apply at any time from now, yeah, if you already have score. Or we can wait until like next March or something like that. But you know, if you are a little bit delayed to achieve the higher score, we can wait until April. Just let me know if you want to apply after May, because you may need to hurry up for the visa process. So something like that. So feel free to apply at any time. Right after this session, you can even open up the application form of IE, because we don't require candidates to submit, you know, in a certain time frame. You can take time, you can take a few months to finish your application form, then take your time and then submit when you are ready, okay? We can wait for it. We cannot see your half-done application form, okay? So don't worry about it. We cannot see it unless you click on submit button and pay the application fee. We don't see anything, okay? So you just create an account and save it and then continue with the rest of the fields, okay? And capacity of the international MBA is like 220 people per intake. So for next September, 220-ish, but we are quite flexible. But we don't want to have like more than 250 or, yeah, due to the capacity of the classroom. And then, so start with the application form, upload all the documents, yeah, GMAT score, TOEFL score, or IELTS, CV, your recommendation letters. You need 2 recommendation letters from your employer, okay? Kira online assessment. So once you submit all the documentations and click on the submit and pay the application fee, you will be receiving Kira online assessment invitation. You have never heard of it, right? Kira. Do you know that? No, right? Okay. So this is quite unique. I think INSEAD also has Kira online assessment. So it's a process to evaluate your logics, you know, how you can talk with the logics. So we ask you 3 questions when you click on the link inside the email, okay? And you will be answering within 1 minute towards that particular question. Verbal, yes. 2 verbal, 1 writing, so total 3 questions. So the contents of the question is like this. It's actual question, okay? Economic growth versus environmental protection, which is more important for you and why? Yeah, there's no answer, yeah, which is right, which is wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. But you have to take position. Don't say that both are important, no? Don't say that. Try to take a position, whichever is fine, yeah? And then try to make your opinion. So that's a Kira online assessment. You can do it at any time from your home, okay? But try to do it within 1 week after receiving this email. After that, we evaluate here your application documentations, also Kira online assessment results, 3 questions, 3 answers. Then once you pass that, we invite you to interview process. Interview date can be chosen by yourself, okay? We give you the calendar, and then you just pick up the date that is convenient for you. Interview is around 45 minutes, one-to-one basis, and then we use Zoom for interview, okay? Be prepared. This one is the toughest part of our application process. So I think, interview, we have a lot of questions from the standard questions that you can see in the websites, like why did you choose IE, why are you going to do MBA, etc. To some of the tricky questions, like, okay, try to explain innovation to 5 years old, okay? So that is a question that you get in the interview process. So try not to prepare for every single question. It's impossible, okay? Don't do that. Don't try to search for all the possible questions and then don't do that, okay? We are not expecting you to smoothly answer smart test answers. We are not expecting that. We don't need those smartest people. We want you to be communicative. So in the case, what we are seeing through those tricky questions is that how do you behave when you are facing a challenge, okay? So try to communicate a lot with the interviewer when you are in the tough situation, okay? So for example, if you were asked that kind of question, for example, you can say, can I get maybe 1 minute to think about it, or can I take notes, or something like that. Or even you can ask back some of the questions to the interviewer. So communication is everything in the interview. So what we are evaluating during the interview process is how you work in a group, okay? If you are, to see whether you are the one who we want to work with you, okay? Because we have a lot of group works, as I said earlier, so it's important to be able to a great team worker. So that's the purpose for interview. After the interview, within maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we get you the resolution by email. So no matter what the result was, we will be sending you the resolution email, okay? After that, you have the other processes like paying deposit, etc., okay? So IGAT is another option for the people who tried GMAT but couldn't make a good score. So try to tackle on GMAT first, because that's very much common and eligible. You can apply for other schools as well. But in the case that you could not achieve more or less 950, 690, then try to think about the IGAT option, yeah, at the last minute, okay? We open this IGAT for maybe twice, 3 times a week, more or less. So every week we do that. So just let me know if you are interested in doing IGAT, yeah? But first, try to tackle on GMAT, okay? So finally, IE is for business professionals who understand that the most meaningful challenges are the ones we set for ourselves. So thank you so much. I'm sure that you have questions, okay? Because I didn't put some of the important information like scholarship, okay? You want to know about scholarship? Yeah? Okay. So let me speak about scholarship. I forgot to include the slides for scholarship, to be honest. So scholarship is available for all the students, okay? Regardless of nationality. We don't distinguish Spaniards versus international students. So you guys have the same tuition fee as Spaniards. We don't distinguish. All the students are equal. So after getting admitted by IE, you have an opportunity to open up the scholarship application. So right after this, okay? But I always remind you guys, when you get admitted, successful admitted letter from admission team, I tell you to apply for scholarship, so you don't forget, okay? And it's quite an easy process. Like you answer a few questions and then you write, short essay explaining about your financial situation, okay? And another thing is why we should give you scholarship. So it's both merit basis, need basis, okay? Make sure to clearly explain about your financial situation, because that information is super, super critical for us to decide on the amount of the scholarship. Scholarship can be between 10% to 40% of the total tuition fee. Tuition fee right now as of August 2023 is 82,000 euro, yeah, for everything, okay? But this tuition fee can be changed later on, so always try to check the website all the time, okay? But yeah, of course the scholarship is based on the percentage. So if the tuition fee increases, yeah, you get the more tuition, tuition discount, okay? So that's about, yeah, scholarship. Also, I have not spoken about the life in Madrid, which is also critical for you guys. How many of you have been to Madrid or Spain before? You? Oh, did you like it? Yeah, you cannot say no, right, in front of me. I know. So here I'd like to pass on to Leila, our APAC regional coordinator from Madrid. She lives in Madrid, and then she came here to see you this time, all the way from Madrid. So I pass to Leila to explain a little bit about the life in Madrid.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold this in my hand. So, do you have any specific questions? Let's start there. About life in Madrid, or should I just explain from the scratch? Okay. So, you need to understand that I was born in Peru, so Latin America, and I moved to Spain when I was 4 years old. And along all the years that I've been in Spain, I also lived in Sevilla, which is the southern part. I lived in Valencia, which is in the east, and also Murcia, southeast. And I also lived in Barcelona. I imagine that some of you that have traveled to Spain have been in Barcelona as well, right? It's pretty different from Madrid. It's still a great city, but I'm a biased. I love Madrid. So starting from the living costs of Madrid, depending on what is your budget, you can actually do it with 1,500 euros per month. But if you want high quality life, you can actually think about 2,000. And then if you like fancy lifestyle, you will need like 2,500, which is actually less expensive than in the other capitals of Europe. And in comparison to the States, is like way lower. Housing around the campus is normally apartments. We don't have actually a residency that it's part of our university. But the reason why this is like this is because the students like to be in the center of the city. We are located in a very nice area in Madrid, but I think neighborhoods around Sol, which is like the center of Madrid, are also very popular areas for students. And also inside the community of Madrid, if you actually want kind of like more chill vibes, you can live in cities that are also towns, and they have like a lot of green areas, and people are more traditional, and it's very close to the center. For example, I live in the southern part of the Madrid community. It's 30 minutes by train to the center, and it's just like completely different from the city. Are all of you from Seoul, or have you moved here after studying somewhere else? All from Seoul. Okay, and have you lived in other areas in Korea? Yes. So I imagine the countryside, some of you, no? Yes. So you can actually find that kind of lifestyle as well in the community of Madrid. So it's very diverse. I think that and Madrid is very diverse in general. Then you will find everything in Madrid, any kind of entertainment. Actually, this is very funny, and I think you will like it. Do you know Shiny?
Yeah.
They were just recently having like a concert in Madrid. I went because I'm a Shiny fan. So you will have like a lot of concerts. We also like put a lot of emphasis in theater. We have a lot of very famous museums. So you will enjoy your life in very different areas. Mm-hmm.
What about the city?
Oh yeah, okay. So I know that sometimes capitals can be very dangerous. It doesn't happen in Madrid. Of course, in the city center, you will find like people pickpocketing. But if you compare Madrid to, for example, Barcelona, it's completely safe. I will just go out and party at night, and I can come back easily to my home, which is, as I said, at the end of the community of Madrid. So very, very safe for female, very safe for male, very, very safe for everyone. Mm-hmm. Any specific questions?
Is the campus far from Retiro Park?
Actually, no, I think I'm gonna say it's 15 minutes. Walk distance, yes, 20 minutes, yeah. So it's pretty close. And by subway, I imagine it's almost the same. Mm-hmm. Retiro is a very cool place. I don't know if the ones that you have visited Spain have been to El Retiro? No? It's a very green, open area. It's like a big, big park in the center of Madrid. It's very lovely. We have like an artificial lake, and you can go on boats. It's very cute. Questions?
Is anyone taking children, kids to MBA study, family?
Family. Okay. So there are a lot of bilingual nurseries, also bilingual schools, and bilingual high schools around Madrid. And even if it's not in the city center, you want to live kind of like more in other areas, there is still many opportunities for bilingual education or English education in general. Mm-hmm. Yes. Young kids?
Around
3-4 years. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're not super pricey, so it's like, so in general, in Spain, you will find bilingual schools that are not private, and they will teach children English, but you also have the private ones that will be fully in English as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any further questions? Yes?
Can you explain about the weather of
Yes, okay. It's way better than here because we don't have humidity. So in winter it gets cold, but not as cold as in here. I remember that, I think it was this year that you got to -20 or something in January. In Madrid, the weather will get to maybe -3 maximum in winter. Then spring nowadays is very short, but very, very nice. And summer, we can get to 42 degrees, which is very hot, but it's not humid, so it's bearable. And the difference between the weather here and the weather there when it comes to the heat is that still in the morning and at night, it gets to 19 degrees. So you will have like cool hours, and then the heat ones, the hot ones.
The sunset is late.
Ah, yeah, the sunset. Oh,
Yeah.
because here, when is the sunset here? When does the sun? 7? You're gonna love this. So in summer, normally the sun goes down like around 9:30, 10. So like long days. It invites you to do more things. Mm-hmm. Any? Yes.
Is it okay to be people who cannot speak Spanish?
Yes, it is. I mean, I will say that, for example, all people in Spain don't speak English at all. So it might be difficult to communicate with them, but I think these generations, they all know basic English, so it will be, like you could survive without the language.
And we offer the free Spanish lessons just before the program opening for 3 weeks for free to the students. And your spouse can also join the Spanish lesson, like 300 euros for 3 weeks or something. So that way you can get certain basic level of survival Spanish. So that is good enough. Yeah.
Are you? Do you guys speak Spanish? Any of you? No.
No.
It's difficult, but I'm studying Korean, so I think it's easier than learning Korean. Yes, I will say.
I used to speak Spanish, but I forgot everything.
I think you will pick it up soon. What I like about Madrid is that it's very inviting. When you show that you actually want to know about the culture, people will be like, okay, give me a minute, I'm going to show you everything. So people are very helpful as well. Okay, any more questions? No? I'll pass you to Kaori.
Thank you, Reina. So yeah, in general, it's quite easy to live in Madrid. We have students from Korea this year. They are already in Madrid, and both of them, they are a couple, and both of them are going to do the dual degree with MBA and big data program. They are a couple, and they have a little kid, 1 year, 2 years old or something. And both of them are going to be MBA student, right? So they got nursery, bilingual nursery, secured for their kid. So yeah, it's totally doable. And it's in a walking distance from the campus, so quite safe. Yeah, good to go. Yeah, any other questions? Anything? What? Yeah.
I actually want to know more about big data and
Big data. Okay, so dual degree actually, because some of you guys have just reached earlier, so we have 11 months, 15 months, and 19 months options. So 19 months option is only for dual degree students, okay? So dual degree means you get MBA degree and another specialized master degree in less than 2 years, okay? So you start with MBA degree first, and then you focus only on MBA, do that like 2-3 terms. Then after that, you get into the specialized master. In your case, big data, master in business analytics and big data. It's a specialized master, and you can get the official diploma. That program is for the people who do not have a background of programming or computer science before. You don't have to have the bachelor degree in computer science. So that is a unique point compared to the US-based master in big data program. They need to have the bachelor degree in computer science, but we accept all the students, okay, with different backgrounds. But it's quite intensive. You need to do a lot of programming from the zero scratch. We give you the pre-courses so that you can be learning from the zero scratch, so it's going to be fine. But this is not going to be an engineering degree, so we are not focused on only the engineering side, but also business side. So at the end of the program, you will be learning how to utilize business analytics and big data into the real business. So in the capstone project, at the end of the specialized master, you'll be doing the capstone project utilizing the knowledge from business analytics plus MBA. So that's, the purpose of the program is to foster a real business professional who can understand programming, who can understand how to utilize those things into real business, and who can speak to software engineers. So this is the purpose of the program. It's quite good, yeah. We have Korean alumni for the dual degree, also Japanese dual degree students, and then they are placed quite well, yeah. And then it's so demanded internationally, business analysis, those analytics, professional. So yeah, it's quite demanded. So, yeah. After graduation, not directly to the working visa, but we offer the 1 year of the permit to stay in Spain so that you can do internship or you can do the job hunting after graduation for up to 12 months. Okay. So once you get a job outside or inside Spain, utilizing that residence permit, you need to change, you switch to the permanent, but still you can stay in Spain. That's it. So, yeah, I am based in Tokyo, so there's no time zone difference between Seoul and Tokyo. So you get my business card over there, and then just let me know if you have any specific question by email. I can also arrange a Zoom meeting with you guys at any time. So thank you so much. 감사합니다.